take two, because the motion's quite subtle, as we found. But I think we've got it now. What it is we're trying to access the reptilian brain, and this is information from El Montague, one of the best Tai Chi guys that I've found. I've been looking at his work for decades. I haven't checked this out for decades, so hopefully I won't get it wrong. NASA butts the top guy over in the UK, if not Europe, I don't know. So forgive me if I get it wrong. We're looking at accessing the reptilian brain by posture for Fa Jing, which is an explosive Tai Chi strike. So, here's Neil. We've practiced this because it's not that natural apparently. Yeah, me and Kelly were like, oh, how is it working? We've got it. So, if we do don't do it. Just don't do anything, Neil. We're in shot. I'm just going to give Neil a little push, and he's normal. So if you do the posture that we were trying to, okay, that's probably it. Now, what we're doing now is we're stimulating the bladder meridians. Thank you, excellent, spot on, and getting energy spinning. So you act like a gyroscope. So that's an excellent way of testing this posture. It's like an old wrestler, going in, ripping somebody's head off. So I'm thinking that's bladder meridians. If the reptilian brain comes into it, that's great. The full posture, as I remember, is you widen the hands, open up the vision, and round the back. And I think there's a reference to a silverback gorilla in there somewhere. But it should also, if we do the center lock on the wrist, we've already checked this and this is normal, so we're just checking that's normal. So if you can round your back for us, I've even got more mechanics now, so I'll take advantage of that. Now this is rock solid. Thank you very much. So, increasing energy flow in one of the biggest meridians, which is the bladder, is a business. And there's all kinds of things. So this takes me back to a lot of people on the internet are going, Chi energy is a load of rubbish because little old Chi master taking on a cage fighter kicks the bejesus out of him, duff, and it's happened more than once. And then they go, end of case, that's it, you're wrong, look at me, blah blah blah. And I've done a couple of videos now showing how cage fighters, MMA fighters, actually do Qigong but they don't know it. And this will be one of them. Come on then. Posture, intent, heart, guts, natural energy, bipolar madness. I've got loads of that. So cage fighters do just as much Qigong as a little old guy. Except the little old guy is little and he's old. Okay, more spooky videos folks. Bladder Meridian. The last one we looked at posture. And this round in the back will stimulate the bladder meridians and maybe access the reptilian brain for fast strikes. Now we want to look at something maybe controversial, but I don't think many people actually use this technique, so it doesn't really matter. Pressure on kidney point 1. So, this type of stance. Well, I know that works even if you've got your foot in the air, you've got a leg in the air, it still works because of the shape of it. It acts like an aerial. And I'm saying it ain't kidney point 1, because if you look where kidney point 1 is, it's quite a little bit further back than the ball of your foot. I've had people say, well, you put pressure on kidney point 1 and your centre lock becomes strong. Your resistance becomes stronger. Some people have said, oh, you're taking pressure off kidney point 1 by lifting the heel. Well, alright, it's a bladder meridian again. Because your little toe's sitting there waiting to be activated. So we're going to look at 3 ways. First one was posture, stimulating the bladder meridians run down the back, they split, so you've got tons of stuff happening there, and then they join back up. With the eyes. So let's try, if you jump in there for me, Neil, if you just stood there, and if you face, maybe face the window, face towards the window for me, thank you. Right, so I'll just give you a shove, and big fella resisting me moves easily. Obviously above the centre of gravity, Newton, blah blah blah, all good. If you squint like that, that's it, keep that going. And now he's incredibly heavy. So we stimulate in bladder point 1 near the eyes by squinting. So again, as I talked about in the last one, cage fighters, they do qigong, posture, focus, intent, etc, etc, etc. So the fact that the little old qigong guy gets beaten up by a cage fighter or an MMA fighter, the MMA fighter, if they haven't got any chi, they ain't MMA fighters. It won't work. They've either got it naturally, or they do something to get it, or they've got the posture, they've got the focus. It's easy, it's okay. So we want to try and stimulate the bladder meridian on the end. So we look at the little toe. So if you can just roll one foot a little bit and get some pressure on. That's it. That'll do it. Cover your wrist, keep the pressure on that little toe, focus on the toe. And we check the central lock. It's like iron. And if you relax that, not that you want to, because you know this is going to really hurt now.